bridge spot is basically like somewhat our last resort, you know what I mean? It's like one of those rainy days, or every spot is just like a bust. You know, we just end up going there because, I mean, you won't have no hassle. And you can just skate, but at the end of the day, it's kind of rugged, you know, it's a little beat up. But when it's all you got, you know, at the end of the day, we just want to skate, so we go ahead and skate it. It was basically, you know, the kids put the ramps there and, you know, built them themselves. A lot of people took time out to help to try to piece it together. But it's kind of like one of those things, the ground is kind of beat, so it's like you can put how many ramps you want, it's still just rough and rugged over there, you know, it's just beat down. But like I said, gotta make do. When the police kick us out of Pulaski, like, we only have like 2 other places. Pulaski got kind of hot recently, so we don't really like meet up there no more. So we end up, there's another spot a couple of blocks away from Pulaski, Archives and the Long 4. Mainly we probably go to the Long 4 because you can meet up there. And if ain't nothing going on there, this is like the last option here to come here. You know, kids did what they had to do, you know. We had to rough it off and make do with what we had. So, you know, when it's the last ultimatum, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You just wanna skate. See, they do their graffiti, and now, see, this is the stuff that I say that, you know, it's cool. I just figure, like, if it's no profane language and it looks cool, you know, why not, you know? I mean, you're just expressing art, which I'm an artist myself, so I like clean art anyway. Like me, my favorite would probably be those little faces right there. I just think that's cool. Like just a house painting of that would be nice. The DC skate scene has always been around, you know, it just hasn't been that, I say, dominant as California, you know. I mean, like Freedom Plaza for years, they was holding the fort down, you know. Those guys were showing up in the magazines, you know, in the 411s, and like, we kind of set a tone over here as well, you know. It might not be as, again, like I said, as dominant, but all those guys who still do it big to this day, like Guy Mariano and the crew that came up here, you know, so, because they used to come here, you know, we used to go there. When I say we, you know, the guys who was before me, they used to go there. So I met a lot of these people through them, and I got stamped, you know, like the approval through them. So that's how it kind of transcended like that, you know. The scene has always been here, just, you know, like today it's kind of cooking back up. It may be even bigger than it was back then, you know. Like Freedom Plaza is definitely one of the top places. You see even like the little tech deck. We got Freedom Plaza on a tech deck toy, you know. So I just think Freedom Plaza definitely has to be factored in because it's so monumental for years. And it's one of those places where it's not just a, you know, place, a skate mecca for us, it's a tourist attraction. So over the years, we have helped the city like make money, you know, because I mean, when these tourists come, they sit and watch us. When the guys before me, you know, who helped make Freedom Plaza popular, you know, again, the Andy Stones and Eben Jenkins, Carlos Kenner, like all these guys I look up to, so I'm naming them because they're legends, and, you know, Jim Gordy, these guys have helped me to where I'm at today. You know, so a lot of little kids, they don't see or know this. And I keep all my magazines. I have like Thrashers and Transworlds from back in the day with like all these guys in it, because again, they were, you know, the legends who I looked up to. So I'm honored to be able to tell stories about these guys, and when they see them, and like some kids just get hip to 411s, the old 411s and stuff like that. And they, yo, who was these guys? Who did, you know, and I can tell them stories about me hanging with those guys, because they were, like, those guys would take me on tours with them and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a blessing just knowing them guys. But, you know, Freedom Plaza is the fort. We call it the fort, actually. Like, it was home base. General Pulaski right here. That's him right there. Aye, Captain. Gus was so cool. Like, always helped the skaters out. Like, he was always cool. Like, we have credit with him. Like, you can go get free stuff, and, you know, he's just always been there. Grab the phone, yo, what's up? They like, yo, is Pep down there? And you be like, who this? Sal or Tony Hawk, just for instance. And he like, yo, I'm calling from Cali. Put Pep on the phone. It used to be crazy.